Hello and welcome. This is Darla, and let's speak about masculine structure and feminine flow today, shall we? One of the things that I have really discovered as I've been working with my new sourced brand and what it wants to become and writing my second book, which is due out April 12th, is that I am a stand for creating from a divine balance of masculine and feminine in your business. And by the way, when I say balance, that doesn't mean 50-50, right? It's a divine balance of what is so for you. In the way back history, right, we were a matriarchy, and obviously we aren't still. And so that didn't go super well, right? Or we would still be in that space. We've been most recently a patriarchy, right? More of the masculine. And we're watching that start to fall apart. And internally, especially if you're a person in a female body or identify female, as a business leader, you know that some of those things just don't feel right. And today we're in a place where we get to reinvent what does it look like to do business going forward. And I'm really a stand that we, no matter what type of body we're in, incorporate a balance of the masculine structures and the feminine flow into the way we work. So as someone who is a recovering engineer, my first career was as an engineer. So I have a lot of that left brain access, first of all, naturally, but also training in using my left brain and understanding how to get things done and to follow systems and structures and create them and all of that. And so that's a part of the gift that I bring to my work, is to be able to help create those structures. That being said, some of my most profound growth and just like joy and juice of life has been leaning into more of my feminine magic, really understanding the way my body communicates to me, the way that my intuition works, that is like so beyond anything that could be predictable in this left brain linear world, right? It's like there are things I just know and I just know to do that free people, that are not logical, that can't be explained. And that's the magic, right? And we all have that. We all have a transformational magic. At least you wouldn't be here watching my channel if you didn't have a transformational magic that is beyond the logical, linear, rational, right? There's a way in which you see things, you feel things, you take things in from spirit, from your client, and it all kind of comes together to create transformation. And that wants to be nurtured, right? This more feminine energy flow wants to be nurtured. Often, because we don't kind of see the big picture and understand that we can create structures that support us to be in our flow, we think everything has to be so structured, and we allow it to shut down the intuition, to shut down the creativity. And when we do that, we lose that most vital essence of who we came here to be, and we don't want that, right? And so my dedication in my craft is to help entrepreneurs to create structures within their business that allow them to be in flow. And there's two ways that I personally am thinking about that and holding that right now. One way is to have a business model structure, right, that works. So clients are flowing through the business model and it makes sense and it all fits together and works with how your clients are transforming, so that you're not having to rethink, like, what do I market? What do I offer? What do I do, right? Because the systems hold you. The second way I think about that is when you're in the business of transformation, sometimes we're in our feminine flow, right? And we just get a hit for someone and it's like telling that person what you got, or shifting their energy, or whatever however your magic works, like that is the thing, and it totally changes their life, right? But other times, maybe you get that same thing, but it doesn't change their life. Or maybe you're not getting anything, right? It's like, oh gosh, that gift worked with this client, but it's not working for this client. And when that happens, we can get nervous, we get out of flow. And that is why my upcoming book is called Shift the Field, and it actually teaches a structure for transformation so that when you know the structure is always there supporting you and you can be in your flow again. So if you have a situation, let's just use the example where normally you would get some kind of intuition for this client and it's not coming through, you can understand why it's not coming through, and that it's not you, and it's not that, your intuition has forsaken you, but there's something specific that's going on with the client that needs to be addressed in order to open up the flow. And that's how the structure, it's called The Anatomy of a Transformation, and it's the core of my new book. That's how it works, to help you, to support you to know where you are in the process, where spirit is in the process, and where your client is in the process, in this beautiful transformational trio that is like totally unstoppable. So there are structures, your business model, the way you do business, right, that can support you in being in your flow. But there's also structures that when you understand them, it's a way of thinking about transformation. It allows you to know what to do when you don't know what to do, right? When something is happening with a client that's maybe different than you've dealt with before, or your normal way of working isn't working. It's a structure that you can lean into so you can stay in your flow without making yourself wrong, without making the client wrong, without making God wrong, right? It's really, really amazing. So if you're interested in this topic and you want to get on the announcement list for when the book comes out, just put your name and email. There's a link below where you can opt in to get on the interest list, and we will let you know as soon as the book is available for order. We're also doing a really fun series of free gifts when you buy the book on launch day. So keep an eye out, and thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.